Welcome to the Sanity Project podcast, the place for internet technology professionals whose work-life balance plan has imploded. We are here to provide solutions that will help the IT pro live a sane, healthy, and prosperous life. Here's your host, Joanne Victoria.
Hi, everybody. This is Joanne Victoria with another episode of the Sanity IT Project podcast. The Sanity Project podcast is a platform for experts in the self-help and self-improvement community to share their wisdom, expertise, and solutions that will help the IT pro live a sane, healthy, and prosperous life. Our guest today is, I'm lucky to have him as a new friend, new associate, new colleague, is Rich Perry. Rich Perry is a best-selling author, conscious entrepreneur, and influencer. He is the co-author of international #1 best-selling book, Bankroll Your Mind, and was invited by Jim Britt and Jim Lutes to be a co-author in The Change, the fastest-growing personal development book series in the world. His gift is in his ability to relate to each person and take the client on a hero's journey by integrating both conscious and unconscious performance to create a lasting and powerful change. Rich works with business leaders who want to make a difference in the world. Rich's motto is lead by example through excellence. Let me say that again so it's a one shot. Lead by example through excellence. And welcome Rich Perry to our show.
Hi, Joanne. Thanks for having me here today.
I'm grateful that you are here. I think that you have great material to share with our listeners.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Good. What are you going to talk about today that will help our internet technology professionals live a more peaceful, successful, and fun life?
Awesome. So I thought today we could talk about how to avoid the trap of mental defeat, which happens in the IT world. It happens in every world. You know, everyone has they're fighting their own thoughts at times. Am I good enough to do this? Should I do that? You know, and sometimes we can be our very own worst enemy, unfortunately. So I thought maybe we'd share some ideas on how to avoid that trap.
That's perfect. I know that's something that resonates throughout the world. Doesn't matter what job you have.
Right.
And there's always that little devil on your shoulder, and the angel gets to take a nap when the devil starts, feeding your doubts into your inner ear and your mind. So if you can give us some cues and clues on how to overcome, or as you say, to avoid the trap of mental defeat, that would be a good thing.
Excellent. So, I mean, let's just get it out into the open, like you said, Joanne, in that no matter what your role is, you could be a teacher, you could be a sports, an athlete, you can be someone in the IT world, you can be an artist, life is out there. And at times, it's not always going to be the best day. There's times when we're going to get down on ourselves, when outside forces, we feel like those outside forces are against us. And what do? A lot of times we think negatively. We think that we're just not good enough. Well, what can we do to really overcome those situations, to break free of the shackles and the blocks and the barriers that are stopping us? One of the things that I like to do with my clients is I have what I call the concept of transforming pebbles into mountains. And it's really just taking small daily victories and turning them into monumental success, which is great for anyone. It doesn't matter what field you're in. We can all benefit from seeing our victories, acknowledging them every single day, and transforming them into bigger opportunities, bigger successes. So how we start is what I call the RAP method. So it's RAP. And the first thing is, it's as easy as recognizing what you did well. And it sounds so simple. And, maybe some listeners are saying, well, it's too easy. But when was the, like, honestly, ask yourself, listeners, when was the last time you gave yourself credit for a job well done? When we were little kids and you came home with that masterpiece of an art project, or you came home with that A on your report card, or even on the Friday quiz, your parents put that art project on the mantelpiece for the world to see, or they hung your report card or that A on your spelling test and they put it on the refrigerator, and they told all their friends and family, my kid is so smart, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as adults, we're the ones that have to do that for ourselves. And if we don't do it, then who's going to do it? So the first thing is it's recognizing what it is that you did well, and looking out there, what did I do well today? And maybe some of your listeners have like a gratitude journal or whatever, but you need to recognize what it is that you did. All right. What's that?
Got it. Most people focus on what they did wrong.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I didn't do this. Oh, I didn't do that.
Right.
Oh, I didn't do this as good as Jimmy or Sally.
Sure.
Sure.
And we have lots of opportunities to express that, especially with the internet being so prevalent in our lives. They'll look, I myself, when I'm, on Facebook and I'm looking at a particular group, well, somebody got 200 likes, and, well, I didn't get 200 likes. What about me? Not knowing that there's this whole list to the left side of the page that were successes that were not acknowledged as much as they should be, to override, not overcome, but to override any negativity that particular day.
Absolutely. It's so easy to look at social media and see someone's their victory reel and compare their successes to our sloppy seconds or our scraps, but stop comparing yourself to other people's victories. Look at yourself. What is it that you did well? The visualization with that is transforming pebbles into mountains. So when you recognize that victory, you see it as a little pebble. Okay, all you're doing is collecting that one little pebble. All right, you have that one victory, so you recognize it, and then the A would be to acquire it. You take ownership of it. You're the one that did it. You're the one that maybe brought in a new client, or maybe you're the one that created that amazing project or that application or whatever it is that you did. You recognized it at first, you saw it. Well, now you need to acquire it. You need to take ownership of it because you yourself did it, giving yourself credit. All right. Then after that, you're just piling them up. It starts with one victory. You're looking just for one win. Doesn't matter how big, doesn't matter how small. You collect that pebble, all right? You put it in, maybe you've got like a little special spot in the corner of the room next to, your little dresser or little coffee stand or what have you, and you put it there. And that one win turns to 2 wins, turns to 3 wins, turns into a little mound. Then it's a hill. Then it's a mountain. Then you have that mountain of success. But it all has to start somewhere. And utilizing this idea, transforming pebbles into mountains, is going to help you, and you're going to be able to build that momentum, which is something we all need, especially when it's a bad day or we're not having the best day. You don't look for motivation when you first start out. No one's motivated to go to the gym on the very first day. You have to just go to the gym. And you go to the gym the next day, and you go to the gym the next day, so that, 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the road, you remember how good it felt to be at the gym. You remember how good it felt to have those victories. So that momentum that is going to motivate you to keep going when it's not a great day, when it's rainy outside, or when it feels like the universe is collapsing in on you, when it's really not, So that's what I tell my clients, and that's the visualization process that I utilize with them, because it helps them in the process. It helps them to move forward. All we're doing is collecting one win. and then a second win, and then a third win.
Well, I
And then
think your system, excuse me for interrupting, your
go ahead.
system, it just popped into my head. Your system helps people overcome the lack of confidence that many, many people have. Because if they had a great deal of confidence, these issues, negative issues, they would just brush them off their shoulders, But as time goes by, I think the way you're presenting your process, they will be able to brush anything negative off their shoulders because they will have the confidence in knowing that they have transformed pebbles into mountains. They have followed your RAP system. They have recognized the success, the victory. They have owned it, which is really important, or as you say, acquired it. And now they have a pile. And then when these people have the pile, as this is occurring, because it's a process, as you say, it goes forward step at a time, then they will have the courage as well as the confidence to take on bigger projects, different relationships. I could see how this works. I can see how your clients would make this work for them.
Sure, absolutely. Because, just think about the people that you know. How many of them, when you say, what are you good at? They shrug their shoulders. Oh, I don't know. But if you said, what are you bad at? They can probably rattle off all the things that they aren't good at, or they don't feel as adequate or as confident, like you said, Joanne, compared to other people. But by collecting these wins, doesn't matter how big, doesn't matter how small, like you said, you're building that confidence so that, hey, you know what? I did do a great job yesterday, and I'm doing a great job today. And if someone comes to me with a new opportunity, you know what? I do have the skills and the resources, and I may not know exactly how I'm going to create this project or application or whatever, but I have the confidence to accept the task, to accept the challenge, and move forward and create a victory and create a new success story because of what I've done in the past. And I believe in myself.
There you go. Belief in oneself is, I think, number one, or at least is number one on the several lists that I'm aware of. People need to believe in themselves more. And I think your process lends people to do that without even being aware of it. So tell me a little bit about your book, Bankroll Your Mind. Who is you are a co-author, and how did you and Lawrence, whose last name I don't have in front of me, so you could how did you two get together, and why did you decide to write this book, which I'm assuming is to support, not only to let other people know how you work and the stories that you have in your book, but how did you get together to write this book, and why did you want to write the book?
Yeah, great question. So as you said when you read the opening bio, we were both co-authors in The Change. We had previously known each other. We both trained together, and we knew each other for about a year or so, and then we happened to just get in the same book together. We didn't even know it. And then we started collaborating even more to promote the book. We started doing seminars together. And then once we really started working together professionally, we realized it was a great synergy, and we complemented each other. So we said, well, let's design a program together. Let's keep doing seminars together. Let's design a program. And then as we were writing the training modules and everything like that, it ended up being, okay, well, we've got all this material, let's put it in a book. So then that's when we started crafting the Bankroll Your Mind book. And it took about a year or so, and finally had it published earlier this year. And now we've just been promoting it. We've been doing a lot of TV interviews and podcast interviews, and we're scheduling more seminars to promote the whole Bankroll Your Mind idea and strategies and concepts and the exercises to help people. And it doesn't matter what field you're in, everyone can benefit from taking control of their life and to having that clarity of mind, that focus of energy, and to keep doing the actions every single day to create success. And that's what we really do with Bankroll Your Mind.
Well, I also see that you're offering, okay, people, get your pen out, or you can have to rewind this podcast, but you are offering a free gift to our listeners. And this is probably the only way they're going to get it. They should go to bankrollyourmind.com, just as it sounds, BANKROLLYOUR mind.com, and you will get, quote, 5 shifts to Bankroll Your Mind training video series. Now, what are they going to be getting with that, and how will it help them?
Awesome. So what we have with the Bankroll Your Mind system is really 5 shifts that you need to go through in order to bankroll your mind. And for anyone wondering, Bankroll Your Mind is really just our sexy way of saying reprogram your mind for success. So what are the 5 shifts that you need to reprogram your mind for success? Once you go to the website, you enter your email address, you'll immediately get your first video, and it's a full video training. And then each day, we're going to give you a brand new video taking you through each different shift, each one of the 5 shifts. And it's not just watching Lawrence and Rich ramble on. We're actually going to give you some exercises in the video so that you can do the exercise after watching us talk about it. And then you're going to be able to incorporate it into your life so you can start seeing immediate results. It's not just a matter of ideas and throwing out some theory. We want you to be able to take it, apply it into your life, and start seeing your own results. That's what a big focus in Bankroll Your Mind is all about, is the strategies and using them and feeling what it feels like, seeing what it looks like to create the success right in front of you.
That sounds perfect because, excuse me, that's what people need. They need something, not just these videos that, people just spout off useless words and give no help in their video training. Their series that they put out, unless you pay big bucks. They can also buy your book, Bankroll Your Mind, or they can probably check it out at their nearest library. But I think this video training series is just what everybody needs to notice a shift in their own lives, as long as they follow your direction and your guidance from the video about what you've learned and what you teach throughout the country, maybe even throughout the world for all I know. But this sounds spot on, perfect the way you've described it, and the fact that they will see results. And to me, results are important, outcomes, results, however you want to frame it. But I think once you see a pebble become a mountain, at least one, you'll go, oh my God, it happened. I didn't know this was going to happen. And it did. Absolutely.
And I mean, we've all watched those webinars. We've all signed up for those mailing lists. Like you said, Joanne, it's a lot of fluffy words and it's a lot of theory, and they're telling you what it could be like, but not giving you anything of substance. Well, how can I take this nice, happy package, and apply it into my life? Well, a lot of people just aren't telling you how to do that. So that's what's important to us, is you're not only getting the theory behind it so you can understand it, but you're going to get some easy to do exercises. There's simple exercises. They're things that anyone can do. You just have to do them. You have to do them, with honesty and integrity, and doing it 100% if you want to get those results.
Yeah, that's always an issue with people. They will, do it a little bit, do it at 50% and go, oh, it doesn't work. And then they'll go back and, with some reassurance and, well, let me give it another try, and time will go by. I remember the old days. I used to do retreats, and they were 3 days and 4 days, 24/7. And I would do what I did at the time. And it was called the discovery process, discovering all about themselves and how to make decisions in their life that would make their life successful. And I would get calls a year later. Oh, I finally got it. It was like, and I, of course, was gone from that as far as thought processing. It wasn't in my, but I, of course, acknowledged that. But they finally got it. They were at a period in their life where what I said, what they experienced, the processes and exercises we had worked for them. It finally coalesced and they got it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think you're helping people do with this 5 Shifts to Bankroll Your Mind training series is keep at it, even if you don't feel it's that big of a deal right now or a change in your life. Keep at it because you will find that you will get it.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency over time is the key to everything. And if they consistently repeat the series, it's like in one of my books, I tell people, after you read the book, put it down and pick it up in 30 days and read it every 30 days and follow the yellow brick road. And I think a series like this is something that your participants should do as well.
Absolutely. And just to go off of what you just said, we live in a world of instant gratification, immediate. I want it right now. And with things like personal development, it doesn't just happen right now. Everyone wants their 6-pack abs just from joining the gym, but it doesn't happen. You actually have to go to the gym every single day. You have to eat right every single day. You have to treat your mind, body, and soul with respect every single day if you want those particular results. I'm sure all of like the old saying is, Rome wasn't built in a day, yet we all want it. I want it right now. And I click the button. How come I'm not a millionaire? How come I don't have this CEO position yet? Well, you didn't do the work. You have to do the work every single day. You do the work, you'll get the results. So like you said, just stick at it. These are simple things. They just need consistency.
Right. Well, also tell me in order to have people know a little bit more about you, what has been a lesson or advice that stuck with you through the years that got you to this place to be a co-author of 2 books? I mean, you're essentially, you have your own book, Bankroll Your Mind, but you're also in the change. You're in the system. You are honored as an experienced, give me a label, coach, consultant, in the personal development world. You are recognized. So what has been a lesson that stuck with you through all of this time to get you here?
The lesson would be, and I wish I would have learned this sooner. It would have saved me.
I'm sorry to laugh, but don't we all?
I really wish future me would have just traveled back in time and just sat me down to tell me this. Your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. There were a lot of times when I listened to the naysaying, or I was rejected by whatever, job or relationship or whatever rejection, and allowed myself to beat myself up thinking that I wasn't worthy, that I didn't deserve it. And there was a dark time, and I'm sure many of your listeners have experienced the same or a similar trial and tribulation in life. Your value doesn't decrease just because someone else doesn't see it. So stay true to yourself, know that you're worth it, and keep going forward.
There you go. This is for those of you who are so excited right now and from hearing Rich Perry. That's Rich Perry, people, not Rick Perry. Hey, we got to say it because it's RICH. If you want to get a hold of Rich Perry right now, you can email him at rich, RICH, at Bankroll Your Mind, BANKROLLYOURMIND.com. He's there to help you. That's his job in life, is to help people become successful. That's why he's here. I will be having more information in the show quotes and show notes once this is published. And I just want to thank Rick Rich. See, look what I did. Thank Rich. Don't tell me I'm the first one to do that.
Nah.
Okay. I just don't like, it's like when people call me Victoria. Well, it's not my name, but I'll answer to it. It's Joanne Victoria. Anyway, what I want to do is close this and have you come up with something soul searching to give to our audience. What can they do right now? Whatever you think it is, what can they do right now to have them be more courageous, have more confidence, and more trust in themselves?
Awesome. So the exercise that I would give you, and this is only for the courageous, mind you, is to look in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I want in life? It can be professional, personal, but be honest with yourself. It's not what your husband or wife wants. It's not what your mom and dad or kids or employer, whatever it is. What is it that you want? Have that clarity, all right? And then focus on it and do the actions every day that'll bring you to that desired outcome. Okay? It starts with honesty. You need to ask yourself, what is it that I want? What's meaningful to me? And then do that work every single day. That would be my little ending note.
That's a great exercise. I commend that, and I really appreciate your time. So for Rich Perry and myself, that's all for today. I invite you to go to my website, askjoannevictoria.com. That's ASK, joannevictoria.com. And you could sign up for a free book called The True Self Handbook, a guide to transform your life. Also, if you like this episode, go to iTunes, which you will see right above you on the screen, wherever you're listening to this, and give Rich Perry a written review on how much you appreciate what he has shared with you today and the fact that he has shared his time with us in order to help you improve your own life. And if you like the series, the Sanity IT Project, give us a 5-star review. That would be great. Thanks very much, and I appreciate you all being here. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Sanity Project podcast. Please go to AskJoanneVictoria.com and continue the conversation on her podcast page. And get a free copy of her book, The True Self Handbook, a guide to transform your life. That's AskJoanneVictoria.com. Take care, and thanks for being here.